Korea Masters, with just 2 finals left to show you. And next up, it's the women's singles. An absolutely fascinating one, this. Xuerui, one of the greatest players the game's ever seen, against the teenager HAN Yue. Here's your top 8 for the HSBC race to Guangzhou. A couple of Japanese in there. Carolina Marin, by the way, is pulled out injured. So He Bing-jiao will get in because you can't have 3 players from the same country. So Takahashi misses out and He Bing-jiao will be in. Here's how the women's singles has panned out. Both the semis went the distance yesterday. I think this is a tough one to call. Very popular, Xuerui. It's actually the only final today without any Korean representation. And won a 3-game affair at the Syed Modi earlier this year. Interesting headgear, sir.
Black, blue. Receive.
Xuerui, 27 years of age now. Olympic champion, 2012 in London. She's got a couple of World Championship silver medals, 26 titles no less. And this year, she's won the China Masters and the US and the Canadian Opens. 2 straightforward victories and a couple that have been a bit more hard fought so far this week. And her opponents, only just 19. A couple of weeks ago she turned 19. Already up to 21 in the world. Won silver in the World Juniors last year. She won the Syed Modi, you saw that. Also runner-up in Macau and in Vietnam. In the chair for this one, Kim Hyun-yup from Korea, assisted by Kim Kang-hyun, the service judge. Lee's game yesterday, she was magnificent first game, effectively took the second game off and good again in the third game, so who knows. And as mentioned, she's lost on the only previous occasion she's faced Han, so there'll be no intimidation factor, I would imagine.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Xuerui, China. And on my left, HAN Yue, China. Xuerui to serve, low, play.
So Xuerui serving in this opening game.
One, love. Two, love.
Well, that's 3 errors in the first 3 points from Han. Xuerui's the kind of player, if you give her some confidence like that, she'll take full advantage. Now, she's challenged this. It's called out. Absolutely fine.
Correction in. Full love. Play.
That wasn't out the centre of the racket by any means, and the face tells the story. Well, off to an absolute flyer here, Xuerui.
Love.
Well, at least she's on the board. Some sympathetic applause from the Korean crowd.
Two, 7.
Well, she had a long time out with injury, Lee. Best part of 2 years. And she's come back and straight away won tournaments this season, so she'll be pretty pleased with 2018, especially if she keeps winning cheap points like this in the final. Would be her 4th title of the season. She's victorious today.
Service over 3, 9. Service over 10, 3.
Well, that's the best shot she's played.
Service over 4, 10.
Oh, brilliant. And she'll go for the mid-game interval with an 11-4 lead, which I would reckon is more than she expected.
Second. 12 seconds. Play. Service over 5-11.
Such good touch again from Lee.
Change your shot. Service over 6-12.
Well, they've only been playing for 7 minutes, but she must be starting to feel a bit weary, you'd think, Han, and running all over the place. Well, a fabulous rally, and almost inevitable that Lee would come out on top at the end of it. Just hasn't really been able to settle Han at all so far.
Service over 7-17. Service Super 18-7.
Well, it has been surprisingly one-sided in this women's final so far. But having said that, yesterday, Lee breathed through the first game and then was totally out of sorts in a second. Needed to win it in 3 in the end. So we'll see if history repeats.
Service Super 8-19.
Another wayward shot from Han gives
Service
Lee
Super
12
20.8.
game points.
Service Super 9-20.
So in just 11 or 12 minutes, 21-10, Lee Xuerui dominant in the opening game. But as I said yesterday, that didn't mean a lot. Join us again shortly.
Second game, global play.
So Han trying to find a way back into the match, having been, well, pretty much blitzed in that first game. But we know that Lee on occasion can blow a bit hot and cold.
One loss. Change. Service over 1-all.
And the 11th point she's won in the match.
Service over 2-1.
Oh, that's better. Top shot that.
2-all.
Out of nowhere. Turn the wrist to get the angle perfectly.
Three, 2.
That's a lovely shot. Do I detect a little bit of a fight back, a little bit of spirit here from Han? Very fast wrists. Sliced right across that to get the angle. It was too good for Lee.
Five, 2.
Complete miscalculation.
6, 2.
And this is going almost exactly the same way as the semi-final. I don't know if it's a concentration thing with Lee, but he's been quite brilliant in that first game. And now has control of the second early. Oh, that's nice though.
Service over 3, 6.
Smile on Han's face as if to say, yeah, that was classy. On the line.
4, 6.
It's a lovely angle as well.
5, 6.
Well, it's called in, and Lee immediately challenges. And she was fairly close to that, so this might be interesting. Hawkeye already on the case for us. Call was in. And it was an incorrect call.
Correction out. Six, all. Play. Seven, 6.
That's nicely done.
Super 7-4.
Seems like 9 times out of 10, Lee has come out on top of those little net hairpin exchanges. But Han making a much better fist to this second game. That's a magnificent angle again. It made that look ridiculously easy. In fact, it was anything but. Get that angle. Striving to get a similar type of angle. Han overcooked it. Well, you can't argue with the accuracy of that down the line.
10.
So a handy lead now for Lee Xuerui, 11-8 at the mid-game break.
Left A, play.
Just missed the sideline, and it's rather
12-8.
typical of a day so far, really.
Service over 9-12.
Unusual miss, because she had it set up perfectly. And the comeback's on here for Han against a player who we know can suddenly leak a whole load of points. 12-10 is the lead moment for Lee. So it's a little nervy, that one. Oh, that's a good shot.
World Super 13, 11.
Well, there's a very handy little net cord at a very important time. And she's on terms, having trailed by 4 points just well, a blink of an eye ago.
World Super 14, 13.
That's a good leave to make sure she didn't hit her. She was trying to get out of the way. Well, making life pretty comfortable for Lee at the moment. Looked earlier in this game as though there might be a serious fight back coming on. Bit of class from the former world #1. She does play that shot exquisitely well. And Han is in big trouble here. 18-13 down and playing less than half an hour. That's a tremendous shot. Almost like she had to do something as good as that to get a point on the board. Not as much space as it looked there when you're going cross court like that.
15, 18.
And that's just given Han a bit of hope. Total lack of concentration there from Lee. That wasn't even close to being out. And all of a sudden, she's got very nervy, and Han's back within a point.
Han Yue full out.
Well, that was always going to be challenged. I think this is close. Here's the Hawkeye. That was a good call.
Challenge unsuccessful, one challenge remaining. Service over. 19-17. Play. Point. Service over. 18-19.
Well, she's not going to go down without a fight here. I think Lee was actually in two minds there. Going to leave it, then she thought she'd play it. She came off the end of a racket in the end. But that excellent forehand gives her 2 championship points.
Match point 18.
It's wide, and that's the game, 21-18. In that second game, after a few nerves, she looked like she might get taken to a third game, but not in the end. Han was just nowhere near her best. A 27th title for Lee Xuerui, 21-10, 21-18 in barely half an hour. "32 minutes on court, to be precise." Here's the winning moment. She did look like she tightened up a bit towards the end of that game as well, but held on.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we will have the award ceremony for women's match. Medal will be presented by Kim Sang-ju, President of Korea Olympic Committee's first role. Basket will be presented by Kim Jun-sang. Shot will be presented by Yang Sang-hyun, by Vice Chairman of Gwangju Badminton Association. 이상 선수 입장. Welcome players.
So here they come. One all, of course, now in the head-to-head between these two. Just didn't play at her best today, but still another good tournament. And she's only 19, only just 19. Already knocking on the door of the world's top 20. check for $9,500, which is more interesting than the fluffy dinosaur. So yet another title for Xuerui. She'll get a check for nearly $19,000. But she's got her career right on track this season after nearly 2 years out with injury. 4th title of the season. That little kid is priceless with a bow tie. How old is he? 4, maybe? So that was our 4th of 5 finals today. Looks like there's a pretty good spirit between those two. So one final to go. It is the mixed doubles. Join us again in a couple of minutes.